What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Will coming back with another update video for today, August 31st. As you guys see from the day, it was another excellent day for AMC. We were up 8.77% or another $3.80. But more importantly, we finally broke over a level of resistance, as you guys see right here. This 4507. And looking at the chart, we had a huge momentum push right from the start of the day. Which does give us a lot of positive sentiment. There's a lot of really good things I want to talk to you guys about today, especially around this stock, because again, all the signs are pointing to another huge push to the upside just based on things that we're seeing in the charts and some of the price options purchases that we're seeing. There is a ton of money flowing into AMC. But to get started, let's just recap it and kind of break it down piece by piece so you guys kind of see or understand why I'm in such a good mood. First and foremost, like I said, from the start of the day, we broke through this line of resistance and we never gave it back after that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 tests on that line where AMC's price essentially said, no, we're not going down, we're going to go up. And we continue to fight up. As you see from this white line here, I had already explained that is a 9-day SMA. The bottom line is a 180-day SMA. Well, we have two positive sentiments here. Number one, we spent a large portion of the day trading above this line. And the other piece is we tested this long-term SMA with only one false break right here. But the entirety of the other day, we spent above it. As I explained from the SMA video, when you're using these SMAs to trade, anytime you get a separation above these two lines, that is where you would want to enter a trade, especially if you start forming bars on top of this white line. And I actually took a better screenshot that I can show you. We'll use the other one because that's a 5-minute candle with zoomed in, because I know some of you guys watch these videos on your phones, so this makes it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing to the eye so that you can actually see what I'm trying to explain. So here in the morning in the pre-market, we got this break right here where the two lines essentially separated, and as you see from the 5-minute chart, we never came even close to touching this line of support. Again, we did, however, continue trading above the 9-day SMA. Anytime you see candles form above it is a good bullish sign. Or if you start consolidating on it. Consolidating meaning building candles above it or below it. Those are good signs because it's telling you that the stock wants to be here. And as we see from this line, it's like a stair step. So it's literally like step, step, step. And it's going to keep climbing and climbing and climbing. That's huge positive signs you want to see in the stock. The fact that we got this little false break where they shorted it, this is a short attack, right? Where they short a stock to try to bring the price down, and you see immediately the price goes back up. That tells you that the buyers or the bulls are in control and they're not going to give it back. And that's extremely positive. Again, I can't tell you how hyped I am. There's been a lot of momentum built up around September's date based on, number one, the charts, but also the options chain. And I'm going to show you guys why. So I already went and actually took a deep dive into the options chain so I could kind of show you. And I filtered it to kind of highlight what I'm trying to explain. So this is a time and sales graph, essentially documenting every time someone makes an options purchase, right? It's a cool tool that Thinkorswim offers you if you have Thinkorswim, right? So as you guys see here, there are some large calls for September 3rd, essentially this Friday, at the $39 strike price. You see 1,225 contracts submitted at the $740 price. If you have any idea, or can with a calculator, we can do the math real quick. 225 multiplied by $740, because everything again is the multiples of 100. This is essentially a $906,000 purchase that AMC will be above $39, and they're paying or earning $86 for every $1 AMC goes up. That is obviously not a retail investor like you, me, or anyone else that might watch these videos. This is institutional money. So institutional money is telling you they are wagering $906,000 that the price is going to keep climbing for them to continue making this $86 per every dollar AMC goes up. If you see right below it, there is another call. This is for the January 22nd or excuse me, the September 21st for $42, another 1,150. So let's see this, 1,150. And this contract was costing them $677. $677. That's another $778,000 spent on just these two option contracts today, which again should tell you, if you're looking at this, that's a lot of positive momentum behind the stock. Looking at the overalls, there were 529,000 calls contracts sold versus 179,000 puts. So again, we have a lot more momentum on the bullish side than we do the put side. It all goes back down to something I've alluded to from when I started making these videos about a month ago. We were waiting for this critical piece down here in the MACD to get out of this selling period and beginning our buying period. And ever since then, as I explained, once we are in our buying period, it doesn't mean we can't have red days. It just means we have a bigger propensity of green days. And so far, since we've transitioned over, or converged over as the correct term is, we've only had 4 red days and the remaining are green days. Looking at these green days, you see we finally broke through this line of support at 45.07, the next one being at 53.20. However, if we start getting close to this 53.20, the pressure is going to be too great for the shorts, and they're going to have to cover, especially some of the smaller ones, because again, we know it's not just one short seller, it's a multitude of them. It's probably around a range, I think I saw estimates of 23 total short sellers that are shorting AMC. But some of the smaller firms, they can't handle this price going up way that high. How do we know that? Well, when we hit 72, the first thing they immediately did was try to push this price from 68 down all the way to 40 immediately, like the next day. Like that was goal number one, get the price down as low as possible. Why? Because the short interest is too high. Remember, they have to pay interest for all the shares that they're short. Specifically, these 92 million shares. Some of the smaller firms may not have a significant amount, but they may have 1 million or 2 million shares. Well, you start doing the math. Let's say you have 1 million shares at 16% interest. Like, that's an astronomical number. You can't support that. So as we start getting higher and higher towards these upper levels of resistance, you can expect to see squeezes or mini squeezes where you'll see the price just shoot up dramatically within a matter of minutes, right? And that is kind of confirmation of what we've been waiting for. Additionally, if you're looking at these moving averages that I have labeled down here, they're all swinging towards the upside, right? They have like a little twist going up. That again is positive confirmation. The fact that this huge candle here bounced directly off this 50 SMA or the 50 MA tells you, again, that's a strong level of support. That means the buyers are not allowing this price to go below this point, which again only reconfirms what we've been thinking now for months. If you've been in this since January, you should be absolutely stoked right now like I am, because I am ready for the next squeeze. I am prepared. I bought a multitude of shares and I have a ton of option contracts. So when this does prepare to squeeze, or when this does finally squeeze, it's going to be a very, very nice payday for anyone that jumped in on this stock and you've been patient. Let's say you bought up here in the 60s and unfortunately you took a little bit of a paper loss. Don't worry, don't fret. We're on the way to pick you up on our trip to the moon, as you hear a lot of people say on social media. Again, there is a lot of positive sentiment. Going back into Lucid Tracking, just again round up, they are still holding essentially 92 million estimated short shares on AMC. We still do have a rank of number 1 for short squeeze tracker. As you see, GameStop is directly below it at number 3 with 7.5 million short shares. If we look at the activity today in GME, as you see, we had a huge spike a couple days ago. Again, today, another positive green day. As of late, the charts haven't been looking as similar. I can actually pull them up together now so that you guys can see a comparison. The other day, the way I showed you guys, literally the charts were almost identical. It was kind of crazy. So that's one. Let's do the other. So as you guys see the price action, comparing both, we'll do a zoomed in vision. Again, these two companies have a tendency to emulate themselves from the price action. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit aesthetically pleasing so that you guys can get a better visual of what I'm actually trying to show you. Get rid of some of these lines. So as you guys see, spikes in the beginning of the day, run by big run-ups, dips, swings. These swings telling you that the price is volatile. There's a lot of volatility behind the stock, which all that should explain to you or tell you, as you see the price continuing to push up and up and up, that the swings are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's kind of where you hear the term come out of diamond hands, because it's really hard to essentially hold a position when you're not dealing in nominal smaller amounts, versus when you're talking about $100,000 go down to 70,000 and then jump back to 120, jump down to 60 and then jump up to 150. That gets a little bit more challenging and difficult to do. That's why I've preached for a long time now in these videos. Being able to control your emotions is super critical and super important, so you don't make biased decisions based off of emotion, because again, the stocks don't care what you're feeling. They're going to do what they do. But again, guys, I think you guys get the point. Prediction for tomorrow, I have a feeling that tomorrow we're going to continue consolidating and pushing up towards that $53 resistance that I've marked on the chart. That's scenario number one. Scenario number two, we could spend the day just trading sideways, building a floor here in the 40s or high 40s, low 50s, on our way up to the continued run close to 50. Again, as I alluded to yesterday's video, there is a heavy amount of puts at the $50 mark, where I have a feeling that they're going to try to keep us below that for this week. However, September is going to be a good month for us, as there is a lot of positive sentiment. You can see it in Twitter, Reddit, any social media platform you go on. You see nothing but people stoked and jacked for this price action, because again, we've been waiting on this for 9 months. So why wouldn't we be, right? But anyways, guys, leave a like on the video or a comment down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it is important. And don't forget, you can always follow me on Twitter or IG for other stock news. I'll catch you guys in the next one.